Hey YouTube, Crazy Knife Guy Mad Yako here. Welcome to the first video in my series, Knives That Changed the World. Today I'm going to share some thoughts on a little historically significant knife known as the Higonokami. But first, allow me to beg you, please, oh please subscribe for more knife tool EDC content. Alright, first let's have a look at this thing. It's a friction folder. The friction kind of holds it shut. Suppose it would hold it open as well. It's integral, made of sheet steel. I thought this was interesting. It actually doesn't have a secondary bevel. See here, it's just one bevel straight down to the edge. It doesn't have that other bevel that you may see on other knives. As you see here, that's the secondary bevel. So since it doesn't have one of those, this whole section goes directly into the edge geometry. And then it has a pokey tip. The technical term for it is pokey tip. So this thing's all metal. Usually the frame is made out of brass. This one's made out of steel. It can really be made out of anything and still be called a Higonokami. I've also seen several variants of Higos with liner locks, but those were not official Higonokamis. Actually, this may not be an official one either. I can't read Japanese. This is the maker's mark in kanji right here. The thing is, only one brand can legally call it Higonokami. Miki Custom Knife Guild in Miki City near Osaka deems who is allowed to call it a Higonokami. Other companies have to call them Higos or Higonokami style knives. Higonokami means governor of Higo, which refers to the origin of this knife. It comes from the island of Kyushu in the modern-day Kumamoto prefecture in Japan. This knife comes in different sizes and a variety of larger sizes. I believe this is the smallest with a 2.86 inch blade. This knife gained popularity around the late 1800s. I believe it was invented in the 1890s. The fall of the samurai sort of led to people using something a little more practical than a sword. Enter the Higonokami. In the 60s, someone fatally stabbed a Japanese politician, Inejiro Asanuma, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, with one of these knives. See, this must have really bummed people out, leading to a decline in popularity and, of course, sales of this particular knife. This knife's been featured recently in the hit TV show Shogun, and also in the Hayao Miyazaki movie The Boy and the Heron. Mainly people would be using this as a tool, like most pocket knives, trimming plants, general self-defense against possessed herons, opening Amazon packages. In more recent years, Japan continues to kind of welcome other cultures and the rest of the world a little bit more. The rise in popularity of slip joints and other such knives that we all enjoy took place. Here's a Japanese slip joint. I've also seen Japanese market Spydercos and Kershaws online. The Higonokami does not have a pocket clip, but it does have a hole for a lanyard. It has no jimping on it. It just opens and closes, and it locks in place only with the power of your grip and your thumb on this little bit, which is called the chikiri. This one's made of VG10, and it's available on Amazon if you want to purchase one. The link's down below. Please note, this is the small version, which is my personal favorite. Trivisa makes a few variants of it, and Katsu makes a few really cool ones. You can take a look at the link below as well. So let's do some measurements here. We've got a little over or a little under 7 inches for the overall length. And as I said before, it's about 2.86 inches or 80 millimeters as the blade length. And then there's also uh, like a 3-inch and a 3.75-inch version. The weight of this is between 80 and 100 grams. The feel in hand, especially with this little bit to hold on to back here, it really feels useful. It's like 25 bucks and you can spend as much as you really want. Some of them are a few hundred, but this one was like 25 on Amazon. I love the simplicity of the Higonokami, and I especially love the reverse Tanto single bevel blade with the pokey tip. Should you get it? Well, blade maniacs probably will. It'll probably last forever if you keep it relatively safe in a drawer or something. Yeah, it's cheap, but it feels surprisingly useful to have. And the only other friction folder I have is the peasant knife, which actually feels strangely more useful than other knives, perhaps because it's so cheap, but also you kind of have to get into an action stance with your fingers in order to hold it in place. The innocuous simplicity of this thing makes it the kind of around-the-house knife that would be a good gift for anyone. From your anime fan friends to even your mild-mannered mom. Definitely consider buying a few if you're on the fence. Shout out to The Knight's Edge, Kenman Dan Kenman, and Arkansas EDC. Some great YouTube channels to check out. I hope I taught y'all something today. Please make sure to check me out on Instagram at MadYako, Twitch at MadYako, and of course, please oh please, like and subscribe for more knife-related content from your favorite crazy knife guy, MadYako. If you have a knife with a story like the Higonokami that you wouldn't mind sending my way to do a video, I'd love to tell that story. Please reach out on Instagram or down in the comments. Next week I'll be back with another history lesson. Peace!